All right, what's going on, everybody? Connor Unchained, bringing you guys another video. We're going to talk about BRC20s, guys. BRC20s have been going unbelievably nuts recently. I think anything and everything Bitcoin ecosystem has been going absolutely wild. You know, I'm going to just bring up a bunch of coins here, just a kind of a general market update on BRC20s because, they've just been absolutely printing lately. We're gonna bring up the number one in my opinion. We got Track Ordinals right here. Track Network literally just broke. I think it was at $7, $7.88 is what I hit today. So this is sitting at around 145 million in market cap. This is looking like it's gonna be crazy. Like long term, I really have high hopes. Easily, this is going to get into like $10, $15. Like for this market cap to double, I think is going to be easy. I don't even think it's going to be a challenge. Sitting at $7 right now, we got like I don't know. Like look at just thinking about the entire BRC20 ecosystem. Like obviously we got this Track Ordinals right here. We got it's on a couple different markets now that you can buy. But yeah, you can see actually on the floor on Unisat, the floor is sitting at 766 right now. In comparison to on Gate.io, Bitmart. But, at the end of the day, you guys have to understand that this coin is not even listed on a super major exchange. Yeah, Gate's pretty big. Bitmart's pretty big in my opinion. But as far as a super major listing, like even Binance, anything like that, on an extent like that, we haven't seen a full out listing like that yet. And I think that alone is going to take any and every BRC20, if they can get listed like that, which I assume every single exchange is going to pick up on at least the top 5 to 10 BRC20s. And then you're asking me why. Well, I firmly believe that every single exchange is going to start, they're going to start having their own literal section on their exchanges for BRC20s. It's going to be another full narrative, for these exchanges where everyone is going to start looking at them and being like, oh, do they have BRC20s here? Do they have like stamps here? Like, do they have all these different meta protocols? That's going to be a huge thing, I think, in this coming bull run, I think it's going to be huge, and just seeing the growth of Track has been unbelievable. Like I can't even explain how unbelievably wild it's been. And then another one too, which is actually just updated on CoinGecko, is Ghosty. Like Ghosty has grown just as hard and just as unbelievably as Track so far. Yeah, so at least on CoinGecko here, this chart is only covered from about $1. And if you guys have been following my channel, and if you were in the Patreon, I literally called this mid-November when it was at 3 cents. So if you guys got in when I got in, and when we all got in, you are up huge right now. I don't even know how many X's. I think, I don't know. Bottom line, this is going to be one of the easiest 100X plays, in my opinion. It might take another couple months, but this is easily going to 100X. I have no question in my mind about that. So Ghosty has been absolutely flying. I still have high hopes for these projects. And a lot of people question, well, bro, it's just a cross-chain DEX. It's just a DEX. But this is just one of the real first main DEXs that literally has integrated BRC20s. They've secured partnerships now with Track, and they are just building the foundation of interoperability between Bitcoin, between BRC20s, and all these different networks, and all these inscription networks as well. I don't even know if that's like the right wording you'd put it. Ghosty is a powerhouse of a project right now, and I think its growth is only going to continue. I'm pretty sure the market cap, and we're going to check on Genie data right here, and we'll pull this one up in a second, but yeah, so we got Ghosty. Market cap is at 43 million right now. Yeah, and so obviously the data across many different platforms, I feel like is going to be so different. I guess Genie Data says 131. CoinGecko's got $2 basically. It's hard. I feel like it's hard to track and find the right data. Like sometimes I got to go between three different platforms, and take the median market cap on each platform of each coin just to find the market cap. But for what it is, yeah, Ghosty is going to be one of the biggest BRC20 players in the space, and this one, that's it. That's all I got to say. It's just gonna blast off. When it comes to crypto, especially the new narratives like this, I think conviction is going to be what pays anyone and everyone off the most. Conviction is key. Conviction is king. Just being able to hold through dips, hold your bag, and not even think about like the monetary value that you may have gained just by holding it. Like you really have to think long term outside of like the amount of money that you hold, in which like factors that could actually bring this project to do another 5x, to do another 10, 20x. And in my opinion, just from seeing the real utility that Ghosty has, that you can actually go on different networks, go on different chains, cross swap, and just have exposure into BRC20s just like that easily it's so important. It's so key right now. And I think I forgot, I was just gonna say something else about it too, but yeah, there's really not too much more to say in my opinion. Like, oh no, it was another bullish factor. It was right. This thing is not listed anywhere yet. And like I was saying, I feel like most major exchanges, maybe in middle of 2024 and later in 2024, they're going to have to integrate it. BRC20s and just SRC20s, ARC20s, DRC20s. Everything is becoming huge. All these different meta protocols, CBRC20s, and you guys think just because I don't talk about them, then they're not on my radar. Like, I'm watching everything, don't worry. But anyways, yeah. Bottom line, I think major centralized exchange listings are going to pump the crap out of these coins, because 95% of people, if you guys haven't been following my videos or you haven't really looked or dived too much into BRC20s yet, many people don't understand or know how to buy many coins on Unisat, which is the literal birthplace for most of these coins. Like, this is why I go so hard trying to find gems on Unisat, because I think it's so that is like how you're going to get these gains. You're not going to get the gains by buying Ghosty on Gate when it's been out for a month already, on Unisat, when you could have just learned it a little bit and then bought in 40x early. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Is that like these other centralized exchanges, the bigger exchanges, eventually are going to have to list these coins, because they're going to be some of the top coins in the narrative with some of the top utilities, and a lot of people are going to be demanding it, and they want that volume, and it's only going to pump the crap out of all these coins. Like, it's inevitable in my opinion. And Ghosty I think is next to do, honestly, another, I don't even know, maybe another 10 to 20 million in market cap move to the upside. But I'll talk about it in another video. I'm really honestly been questioning where Bitcoin is going to be headed very soon. But like I said, Ghosty's going to be the easiest 100x I think any one of my Patreon members have got. I think anyone that's been following me, if you got in early, especially on Twitter. I've talked about Ghosty now for a long time. But easiest 100x. Another one, I don't even know if it's listed on. Oh, it is. Look at that. Another one that is going to do numbers. I really think if this team can pull this off, if they can continue to deliver very hard, is Traverse Labs. Like, they're, I'm not really diving too much into the utility. I'm trying to focus on, market cap and the growth of these. But Traverse, they focus heavily on just anything safety and security in crypto. They got a lot of different things coming. Super interesting, honestly, in my opinion. But the reason why this one would be so bullish is because in the BRC20 network, or whatever you want to call it, ecosystem, any project built on Bitcoin right now, This is one of the only and main ones that is focusing on safety. It's one of the only actual safety and security measure protocols built on Bitcoin. This is the kind of like mindset in why these are going to perform so well. And especially if they continue to deliver, they will take off. This will go to the absolute moon. I have no doubt in my mind. You know, this one too, I called this, I think, at 400K, something like that. I think I called it publicly on Twitter too, you know, and I called it into my Patreon. So this is still up at 10x, still doing really, really good numbers here. You know, another one is EVLV. We got Evolve. You know, this one again, I called this one in our Patreon, again, I called it around 400K, 500K. This one is still holding up like crazy. Because what this kind of deals with Bitmap. You know, one of the founders, NFT Chris, he's not the founder of Bitmap, but you know, he's had huge contributions, in my opinion, to Bitmap's success and the actual, you know, just the idea of introducing Bitmap as a actual metaverse for, you know, the future of crypto. Like the person who actually created this token is a huge builder for Bitmaps, and he is pushing Bitmap like crazy. He has been for a long time. I can tell that he's a developer that's here to stay, you know. He's got a bunch of different projects under his belt himself that he's planning to integrate into Bitmap. I think it's Bitmap Valley, which is like his main Bitmap project, which is really cool. It's like a full-out metaverse project. Well, yeah, EVLV is like supposedly the utility token, but mainly the reason why I wanted to, you know, I feel like it's such a big player right now is because there's nothing like this. You know, this is a token created by a person. It's not really a project, but you know, I'm basing this off, this is going to be some sort of utility token for a literal Bitmap metaverse. Like that itself to me is so massive and undervalued that especially if the utility involves a lot of like sell pressure or deflationary aspects or something, you know, for the token, as in to make the supply a lot more scarce. You know, there's going to be a huge demand for this token, especially if Bitmap Valley as well gets some more exposure. You know, the metaverse of it, you know, takes off. There's a lot going for this project that, you know, in my opinion, I feel like this could be huge. I really like Evolve. You know, I'm holding strong on these, like, you know, my conviction's set. You know, and a new one that has come up that's actually, you know, this one, it's kind of just been doing its thing. I kind of talked about this one yesterday. This one I called really quick, mainly because there were a lot of people that were talking about it, you know, right when I was looking at it too. You know, I wanted to call this one early, but, you know, right when I found it, it was already starting to take off. You know, right when I got into it, starting to take off. But this one's just been going up pretty hard. This one's Osby, that's the ticker. I just realized I haven't even been just bringing this up. I was checking out Adult Coin earlier. So we are doing Osby here. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Let me see. Osby, I'm trying to, there's something I wanted to show you guys. So the bottom line, the project is Spy right here. This is basically a new gem in my opinion that we found. You know, a bunch of people called this as well. Oh, that's the Telegram. But bottom line, what Osby is they aim to be. Where's the thing? Right here. This is what I like to see. They got a ton of stuff going for them. They got a BRC20 coin pricing and portfolio tracker. You know, it's a very simple utility, I feel like, but you know, I think the use case is there. I think this can grow into something massive. You can track all your coin prices. You can track, you know, you have emails. You can potentially have emails received and sent, you know, when coins hit certain levels, stuff like that. You know, I think it's a very, very bullish narrative. Like, just kind of like ordinal based tools for BRC20 investors and traders or anything like that. I think it's pretty cool. And the reason why I like this one a lot is mainly because it's a newer, different utility than, a DEX. There's already like 20, 30 DEXs on like aiming to, be built on BRC20, but this one's just different in my opinion. And the market cap is pretty small, and it's still small. It's at 2 million, And again, like this, I want to preach this too before I talk more about these. Like these BRC20 coins, guys, are very risky, and I'm finding these, or, the people around me, the group chats I'm in, and, just bottom line, the people that are finding these, like you got to understand how risky these can be, because a lot of these projects, they don't need to have the craziest utility. A lot of times it's going to be it's right now when you're building on Bitcoin, you're building on these ordinals protocols or different protocols, like whatever it is, there's going to be a first basically for every single kind of narrative. And if you can nail that narrative, you can get in early and you can find a project, especially with a developer that's going to deliver hard. Like, for a fact that, it's going to be a runner, because there's so little projects with actual utility in the BRC20 space still, that, it's like if you find a good one with real utility that's aiming to do something different than all the other projects out, that's what I look for. And this one right here nailed everything. And that's why I like this project too. I think longer term this can, it's going to continue. It definitely can move. But now, like, looking back at Traverse, I feel like it's so undervalued in my opinion. Like, there's no way that should be sitting at 4 million in market cap. But bottom line, like I said, these are always going to be very risky. And shout out Ordinal Revolution, guys. You guys are always killing it too. I see you guys on YouTube all the time. I see you guys on Twitter. Like, shout out you guys too. You guys are always up to date and checking everything out. Like, continue what you guys are doing. I love to see that. But anyways, bottom line, that was another project that's been on my radar right now. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Just a few coins that, are very BRC20 based. There's a lot of coins that have been moving hard, that have been on the stamp. Like, you're talking about stamps when it comes to, Kevin is the ticker. Ticker is literally Kevin. Let's see what people are saying about Kevin. Like, these are just on stamps. It's a different meta protocol, but, stamps I have not done my full research on, but it's really interesting, like, seeing these. Shout out Sint, they've been making crazy gains, like, in all these different meta protocols. There's a lot of money to be made here, guys. Bottom line, I personally I don't know why, I just love BRC20 specifically, but that's kind of what I got for you guys today. I'm just kind of showing you guys new projects, just things on my radars. And again, I'm not trying to make this sound like a buy signal for you guys. Like, I just like to show you guys what coins I'm looking at, what projects that are, popping up that are newer. Obviously, there's a ton of new ones that I haven't brought up here, but this video is already almost 20 minutes, so I don't want to go like way longer than I have to. But bottom line, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next video.